Alright, hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Slickmoth, and I'm back again with another video. And in this one, I want to review Batman, the Telltale series, Episode 1, the highly anticipated episode, which I'm pretty certain is called Realm of Shadows. I should really know this as a YouTuber, but anyway, I'm pretty certain that's what it is. Of course, very highly anticipated, and for me is one that's very interesting because it's one which I had very high expectations for, and I can't say that that's the case for all of the other Batman entertainment that came out this year, not to name any names, that I was particularly not going into with high expectations and was expecting to be disappointed based upon what I'd heard previously going into it. But anyway, this really surprised me as a game. Once again, I will reiterate that I had very high expectations going into. Telltale Games is a studio in which has yet to let me down, has yet to even produce a game that I felt was even mediocre. I mean, whether it be The Wolf Among Us, whether it be The Walking Dead, Tales from the Borderlands, and by the way, besides The Walking Dead, I had not known anything about either of those IPs, Tales from the Borderlands rather, and The Wolf Among Us, and I still fell in love with both of those games and was just awestruck by what they did with them. So this game is really no expectation, and it feels like you're playing comic book Batman. I can't really explain to you, but as I mentioned previously, it's a remarkable experience in that for the first time in 75 years, we are sort of shaping the arc of the character, and I really felt that in this episode. I felt it even more so with the Batman stuff, surprisingly. The Bruce Wayne stuff, we knew we were going to be getting that. We knew we were going to get the choice to shake Carmine Falcone's hand, and like those sort of things. They felt very visceral and very real, so I was expecting that more. I was shocked more by the gravity of your choices as Batman, and they throw them at you many times. That whether it be the torture scene with the guy hanging upside down, the ending. This is a non-spoiler review, so not going to spoil. The ending scene, they all offer you these choices to really shape the type of Batman that you want to be. And from the very beginning, when you're speaking to Catwoman about why you do what you do, I think that line, that whatever you choose there, very firmly sets you in a position of what you're going to do. And Catwoman indeed remembers that line that you say to her as to, I want to strike fear in the heart of the city, I want to do this, I want to do that. And that really... It's a remarkable experience. I can't really explain to you until you experience it for yourself, and I was very blown away having already high expectations. And one of the things that also really surprised me about the game was the action. I felt like I was playing a comic book in the action scenes. The action was very comic booky, is the best way to put it. From the opening where you're in the roof, again, not really spoiler, and you're pulling people up by their feet, dangling them upside down from the ceiling. The action just really felt raw. And another thing that I really sort of appreciated about the action choreography is that it felt much more grounded and realistic, as does many Telltale games, and just sort of the aesthetic of the game itself in a gritty, sort of visceral way. And I felt this when I was fighting thugs in the first opening 10 minutes of the game. You get in a fist fight with this one guy in particular, and essentially what happens is, like, you pull him in and you sort of stand in a circle and you're getting ready to spar off. It's almost like you're about to begin a boxing match. It kind of caught me off guard a little bit at the beginning. And at first I thought I didn't really like this, I'll be honest with you. I was kind of like, this is Batman, what the hell? Let's just beat this guy, let's just smack him once and knock him out. But then I realized that, we're fighting trained mercenaries. They're somewhat incompetent on a surface level, as all of them are, as all of these, sort of low-level crime thugs are in any Batman interpretation, right? But at the same point, this guy knows how to fight. You can't just punch him in the face. He'll block it, and then he'll punch you. So I really felt that, and maybe for the first time, I sort of felt the gravity or the weight of that. I went through the whole playthrough without dying. I mean, what can I say? Pretty damn good. What? No, I'm just kidding. But the action was really surprising to me. Everything with the Bruce Wayne stuff I was expecting to get, and as in typical Telltale fashion, I want to go back and look if my one of my choices led to a different way in which the game played out in the final act. I won't spoil once again, but of course, you can never really know until you look up. So that's what I'll be doing right after I work on all these videos for you guys. I'm curious to know what my choices sort of led to, and that's my favorite thing to do after an episode of a Telltale game. But the stream was absolutely phenomenal. I don't want to talk this for too long. I just want to focus on the episode. But had over 500 viewers at once. Thousands drop in over the length of the stream for my walkthrough. You can check that out in the description below if you want to check out my full playthrough of Batman, the Telltale series, Episode 1. Realm of Shadows. So yeah, basically, I mean, my summary is it for this. I was incredibly impressed. I was so genuinely impressed, particularly with the ending, with what they did in the ending. I think is going to really hook players into the rest of the series, and I will pretty much leave it at that in terms of spoilers. but or as spoilers as I'll go. And again, I'm a little bit in awe that I'm looking at the main menu for the game because I've just been anticipating it for so long. And of course, when you're looking forward to that for so long and you formulate your own ideas and you're theorizing and speculating for as long as I have been on the channel, and you start thinking of things like, oh, I would like this, I would like that, then you sort of start to build an idea of what the game is going to be in your head. And in a lot of ways, it was exactly what I was hoping it would be. It was everything that I expected it would be and more, and that's something that you can always be impressed by. So the next episode of the game comes out next week. I will be speculating on, or sorry, next month. Sorry, hopefully I didn't get anybody excited right there. Like, oh, next week? Oh yeah. No, just kidding. Next month. What else to say? Okay, I do have one negative thing to say. I have one nitpick, and that was that I was getting some frame rate issues throughout my playthrough. This could have been my PlayStation, it could have been my download. I don't know what it was, but the first 10 minutes of the action was getting a good amount of frame rate. Not unplayable, nothing like this, but I was getting, you can notice it. People were pointing out in the chat that it was frame rate lag, and then I was getting it a tad in a middle part of the game, and then towards the end it was cleared up significantly. I wasn't really getting it much anymore, but yeah, hopefully they can work out those issues if it's on their end, and it might have just been mine. It might have just been the download, it might have just been the PlayStation. Who knows? Again, not the biggest deal in the world, but if I'm gonna listen negative or listen nitpick, that's what it's gonna be. So anyway, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed the video, and if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. What are your thoughts on Batman the Telltale Series Episode 1? I hope you guys have enjoyed this review, and we're gonna have many more videos for Batman the Telltale Series Episode 1 coming up. Hope you guys have enjoyed. We'll see you in the next video.